Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the South Bay Syndicate. We are continuing our series on Secret of Power Leaders. This is going to be my second video on Jabba. We pulled this showcase here. Really beautiful showcase. So we've been testing out the different ways that you can play Jabba, the ways you can take advantage of his ability, which is pay one, tap him. If you have a damaged unit, you can deal 1 damage to an enemy unit. If your unit has 3 or more damage on it, it can deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. And on its flip side, when it's out, is where it's most powerful. And once per turn, if you attack with a unit and that unit lives, you can deal the same amount of damage that was dealt to that unit to an enemy unit. So you can take advantage of that through ambush, through pings, all different kinds of ways of trading. Can be really powerful. We originally made a video with yellow. I think that one's pretty good, but it needs to be sped up a little bit. I'm going to keep tweaking it and maybe make another video later. I thought it'd be fun to try a red force version. And the reason I picked this is there's a lot of power in force. The fallen lightsabers can build on your pings. Chirrut can slow them down to protect your Jabba to get a lot of value out of it. Sudden ferocity on Jabba himself makes him a 5/8 leader at 5. That could be really powerful. And then there's a couple of fun combos with punishing one and the war juggernaut where you can deal 1 damage and the punishing one gets raid 1 for every damaged unit, and then war juggernaut gets +1/+0 for every damaged unit. So play punishing 1 on turn 5, war juggernaut on turn 6. You can start swinging for big amounts, and you're protected by the force units that are keeping them at bay. So let's jump into some games and see how it works, see if we like this better than yellow. Let's see what we get for our first game. We are going to get Piet Red. A lot of Piet Reds out there. It seems like I think people really like the ramp. The new 1/3 that lets things cost 1 less can help you out a lot. We are going to keep this. Go Secret of Sage into Fifth Brother, into Talzin, and we have the Sudden Ferocity underneath for the Boba deploy. We're really going to try and keep them off too heavy a ramp. Easier said than done with Piet. They can quickly, and there's that unit. And they can quickly, by the time you get a little bit out, they can be at just a crazy value. You can see here if this is able to attack, and then with Piet, there's a 2 cost reduction. Those Devastators come out earlier. Those planetary bombardments with it just destroy you. So we're gonna put the Saber on here just to try and take this unit out, which we will do. So they had to use an attack and then an open fire, and this still lives. So I'm feeling okay about that, and we're at 5 damage ahead. They're gonna have to use some more cards to keep us down. The lightsaber is nice. I think we'll go during raid in. We have an ambush. We have a reduction here. So this is perfect. So right here we can just completely keep them off what they're trying to do. Hit base hard, force them to deal with the Secret of Sage, and we have our Boba coming out next turn, and it's going to be able to hit for 5. So let's see how that goes. We can either put the Sudden Ferocity on Boba or the Fallen Lightsaber on Talzin. We have some removal here for protection if needed. So a lot of options for us. We could be able to swing for up to 14 this turn, putting them within lethal. But then they're going to have some tricks coming out. So let's be careful with that. They're ramping. So let's try and get them up as big as possible. Here we will put this Saber here and swing for another 7, and now we're going to put them in lethal range, and they're going to have an answer for the Talzin's assassin specifically. Let's see if they do. So you can see the force units with these attachments are powerful, so they have an answer there. That's fine. We will go here, get rid of Piet, and now they have to claim, or else we can attack. We can claim an attack for the win. And they decide to attack. So you can see there Boba's ability. Very good. They attacked in for 4, and then we can do 4 damage back. So you don't really want to attack my units when I have Boba out. And just a really fast win for us. So good start. Okay, we're not going to play Piet again. Let's try and find some other leaders out there. I'd love to see some new decks. So we're going to leave this game. We're going to wait a second because we don't need the same player again. You can see on the left side we got Mothma with Droid Manufacturer, which is fun, and CAD. We got Cassian. All right, so let's jump in and see if we can get one of these.
Hello there.
Oh, we do get the Mothma Droid Manufacturer. I don't know if that means their game went well or not. I played this last night at our weeklies. Had a lot of fun with it. Hit Unity of Purpose 4 or 5 times and won those games. Ran into a very good Padme game that they got me in the third game, but just a lot of fun overall. So here we have the Fallen Lightsaber combo with Secret Sage again. I would prefer a 3-drop, but I think here getting this out and doing those pings might be really beneficial. So I'm going to do that. I'm not sure we'll get the Raider. I think we want a little bit more board control on these, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it this way. I think what the Mon Mothma really wants to do is possibly ramp with command into the opportunity to deploy Palpatine from underneath to put 6 units out at once. That also sets them up for a Unity of Purpose that hits very hard. This has some restore and allows them to draw. I don't love the restore, but I love to draw less. So I feel like this is protecting my unit, and I'm going to force them to make a decision on what they want to do. That's a good start for them. And then here we'll be able to take out the Akbar, or you know what, we might just, I want to keep the Sentinel, and if I can put this on the Sentinel, it's very powerful. So I think what we'll do here is we will take out the Akbar on the attack, continue to put the pressure on them to decide what they want to do, and they will probably pump. Okay, they won't. It has -3, so this still does nothing. So I think in this case, they probably didn't want to do that because they probably wanted to do damage. Oh no, they're okay. All right, so we will take out that for free. Now when they deploy, our next attack kills their droids, which we very much like. So they do decide to deploy with nothing else. We will be killing off their droids, and actually I think at this point we're gonna hit base. Yeah. I think the next step we want to do here, and something interesting with True and Jabba, we want to try and deploy Jabba so that when they attack into True next turn, we can get healing. So they're building up a board here. It's fine. What we're doing is just going to eliminate these, so they're back down to just those units. We do have our troop coming out and a lot of ways to do damage to them. We'll see if they decide to attack here with Mina. They do not. Okay. I still like Chirrut. We also have Anakin if they don't Unity of Purpose. If they do, we'll just play the Chirrut, take some of the damage. They do Unity of Purpose. Here's the Chirrut. Now they have to attack Chirrut with Mon Mothma because the other options are Chirrut lives, and I get to do damage back with Jabba, so that could be devastating to them. I think this was the right call versus keeping the Sentinels out there. So they have decided to attack with Mon Mothma. That's fine. We will take 4 damage. That will allow us to... Oh, okay. So they leave. I think they realize that that's going to be an issue because they're only going to be able to get 1 attack in, and we're going to swing for 15. So GG's.
Hello there.
Oh, man. Okay. I don't know what it is, but even in my testing, we were mostly getting Piet. I just want to play other decks. Nothing against Piet. I think it's a good deck. I think can be fine. I just want to see other things rather than the ramping into their big ship. So let's see if we can get some other games outside of Piet's. It was nice to see Mon on there. We were able to get past the Unity of Purpose. The Fallen Lightsabers are turning out to be an early MVP for us, and the Sudden Ferocity on the Jabba. So I think as a leader that comes out at 5, giving it that Sudden Ferocity to get to 5/8 makes it really something you have to deal with, and its ability is so strong. We should look into more 2-drops possibly so that we can take advantage of a second play in that turn. Okay. I see on the left here, if you can see this, I see a lot of games and no Piets. Except for right here. That'd be fun to watch that mace. But all we're getting is Piets.
Hello there.
Here we go. Here's a Poe Data Vault. We don't have a lot of space, so this could be pretty challenging, and they're probably not going to play a lot of ground for us to take advantage of the deploy with Jabba, and I don't know what's happening. I guess that person left.
Hello there.
And I think Carabas is just testing us today and forcing us into Piet. So let's take a break for a second. Let's take a look at the deck again. So we're seeing the Fallen Lightsabers do a lot and the Sudden Ferocity. We might want to look at another 2-drop in here. Maybe another Force unit that can hold a lightsaber. I think that could be beneficial for the Jabba deploy so that we can bring him out and play another unit on the board. But let's continue to see how this is working. Maybe I need to go to Premiere. Does that matter? Let's see if this changes it. I see that Cassian waiting there. Okay. So we got a Anakin Data Vault. I think one that is taking advantage of some of the newer cards, like Cinta, and could swing pretty hard. I think we're hoping to get a Troot, and there he is. Will help us, but no 2-drop again here. So I think we're going to mulligan. I do like this hand, but not in this way. So I feel a little back against the wall and had to resource 2 cards I'd really like to keep. But I think that's how it goes. So if they decide to attack into Pershing, we'll use our ability. And so we're not going to have the Force for one of these. I guess I need that for both. So we're not going to see this guy come out. If they do attack, we can use nothing because they just do that and kill it. We have no units to play, so we'll just kill that off and see what they do. They also didn't play anything, which was great for us. So we have to decide here, do we rather have the ambush or the ability? I think we'd rather have the ability because we're going to have to slam in. I want this Power of the Dark Side for the deploy, if I can. So I think what we're going to have to do here is slam in, take no damage, then use the Force. Okay. To kill that off. They got Poe. Alright, so the Poe is also bad. Not loving what's happening. They're just healing that 2 damage. That's fine. And then we're going to have to kill the Poe. Let's think about our resourcing this turn. We could shrink Anakin into this. So actually we're going to resource the War Juggernaut, even though I think that's both of them for the game. We'll play this. Trying to bait out the shrinking of the Anakin here. They could come out with Sudden Ferocity on it. They do play it. We'll shrink it down. They've got the General's Blade. We'll hit it anyway. And we'll claim. Okay, so that's a pretty big guy right there. I guess we'll hit him again. I'll shrink him down. And we'll hit him again. He's probably got to be thrilled with what just happened. That's a lot for us to take. I play the U-Wing. And we are so far behind at this point. You can see it just not having a turn two into a really weird game overall. Their Sentinels were big. That Poe, forcing us to make a decision on Poe versus Anakin was big. And then a lot of our bigger stuff is resourced, so I don't feel great about this game. I think I could have sequenced differently. But now they're just piling on the 7-7, and we're drawing nothing. So I think this game is over. They should attack with Kelleran. That kills us off. We'll play a hidden unit. We're not really keeping anything on the board with damage, so there's no way for us to utilize Jabba here either. They've just had the right answers for each thing. And now they have more healing, and I just think that that's going to be too much for us to come back from. We're not running anything like Super Laser Blast for a reset, but maybe something to consider. I'm not really sure what they're thinking about. Okay. I think we have to do that. They'll trade in nothing, and that'll be GG. And just good game from our opponent. They had all the answers for us, even from the beginning with Pershing. A free trade with Sabine, and just having to use 2 daring raids on our second turn as the whole turn, not ideal. And that's how it goes. So let's jump into Padme. I think a very strong deck here. If you haven't had a chance to play with it or seen it, it does a lot of work. And we're again without a real turn 2. So something to look out for. If we decide our deploy is not right for Jabba, there is a world where we wait an extra turn and put both Sudden Ferocities on it. Here come the tokens. They've got double bamboozle. Now they got 2 spy tokens. Interesting if they decide to Tarkin Town here. It would allow us to utilize Jabba's ability to kill off one. They do not. But let's see if we can bait that. If I draw a card, they just Target Town, right? So let's play this. Let's see what they do. Okay. I'm going to do 1 damage to Ebon Hawk, so I can daring raid it next turn. Because I do not want it hitting me for 5. I was not able to attack to get the force, huh? Oh, I just played it. Okay. I think we'll resource this. I think I like a lot of the different things we have available to us. Let's get rid of that first so it can't attack. We'll take out a spy token, and then maybe we'll take out the other spy token. And I do think it is playing out in a way where we might wait on Jabba, so we'll take that one out because it's not really hurting us in this way. They will spark. They'll probably grab Chirrut. Oh, they might grab our turn too. Our 3 costs. Let's see. I could see grabbing it as a tempo play. We'll claim. Maybe they do another one. Was it 2 spark or was it 2 bamboozle? I guess I don't remember. Okay, so we'll take this guy out. Sure, they will do that. We'll just take that out. And then next turn, okay. And they can choose to target town, or if they have something to disclose, they can kill that off. But I do think that what we want here is to swing with an 8/8 Jabba. I think that makes a lot of sense for us. I'm less worried about what this is going to do. And now Padme deploys, I can just defeat her. They have bamboozled. I think we remember that from earlier. Why does bamboozle trigger? Oh, should probably trigger it off for a second. Okay, so they're doing that. Let's see if we can recover from this. I think we'll kill that off. They've got the red 5. Good for them. I should have remembered the bamboozle. That's my fault. Right. We saw it before. That's the first thing disclosed. We could have just brought Jabba out. I think we got excited about the idea of swinging for that much, and can't be greedy in this game. You just got to do the right plays. Should have had him out to turn earlier. We could be getting some value off of his ability, and instead we're doing this. So I would like to try and clear the board so that I can get rid of Padme. Let's see if we're able to do that. Hot shot. We'll trigger this. We will do the damage here. And we'll claim. Now target town. We will then what? Kill that. Continue to be frustrated. Let me guess another bamboozle. I just having just so much. They got every answer right. They're doing a great job. So we'll have to trade there. Double spark, bamboozle. Able to boost. Just nice things for them. Putting us, I think, basically at lethal if I had to guess. I'm not sure how we do this, but let's try. They probably still hot shot blaster and get damage in, or have a second Cassian. So in this situation, we have to claim. Yep. And I think that's gonna be it, because we can kill that. They can attack for 5. Good game for them. We go to the next one.
Hello there.
We just could not get out in front of that deck, and that's how it plays out. So I think it's going up and down right now. Some games it seems easy, some games it seems really hard. We have not had a great curve, so I need to fix some of the, I think, 3 to 4 drop um, areas of the deck to make sure that we're building our board in the right way. I think as I play it out right now, I'm not feeling like I'm doing that well. This is the first time playing with the deck today. We've been kind of building it out and testing it. It definitely has some potential. You also have to think about like why would it be better than Talzin or Maul. I'm not sure there's an answer there yet because we have not been able to fully take advantage of Jabba's ability. So I think it's probably back to the drawing board as we continue to test out ways to take advantage of Jabba and build out a good deck with him. I think green, which I've been testing with a little bit, can be very, very good, but I go back to like, why is it better than other blue-green villain? Any blue-green villain has a lot of power, right? Because there's so much in there. But I think similar to what we're going to see here with Dryden, some of the ambush with Vader, with Maul, the 5/7 Force unit from last set, a couple of the ships have ambush. Like all of these things do work much better with Jabba's ability. And if you're going to try and take advantage of ambush, you have to play cunning or command. And so I think there might be more to the command version. But I do like the sudden ferocity here. I think that has been a really nice addition to what we're trying to do. There is a way within this that you can just use the 2/3 upgrade for 4, which is more aligned to Jabba's deploy, so you're not wasting as many resources, and then it just becomes a 4/11 unit, which goes well with the idea that you want to keep him alive to take advantage more. So I think what we'll see next is that test, and then maybe we'll look at a double blue, although I don't know that we're going to get too much out of that. Let's kill off the Pershing, just so they don't get any more value out of it. Because the more they draw, the bigger the units they get, and the more they have that they can throw out for ambush purposes. So want to be cautious of that. I'm just checking our resources. We don't have anything to plot right now. On 5, we do have the No Glory if we need it. Here we can play the Talzin's Assassin and shrink something down. It is another Pershing, so let's see what we draw in case there's something else we want to do. I don't mind that. We can ambush it in to limit the value they're getting. They will ambush in here. Okay, just to draw a card, I think. So they really want to draw cards, and we, I guess, are doing a good job keeping them off of it. And now this turn we can Talzin and Daring Raid, which is a nice combination. So let's see how that goes. They are taking quite a bit of time between turns. I don't know if they went away or are frustrated with how we're controlling the board. This is a much better game for us right now. I think this is where we want the board to be. Okay. I don't know if there's a delay on my end or their end, but there's definitely a delay. The lightsaber is a nice pickup. It could be something we throw on Tyrannus and just hit hard. So let's think about if we do that. If the Talzin's Assassin, no, it wouldn't matter. Okay, so we'll resource there. Imagine they're going to draw the card before I can do this. Can't really do this anyway because they'll die. But I can utilize Jabba's ability to kill it if I want. And there's an opportunity where I can either do it here with Jabba's ability, or I can do 2 damage to something. That's going to kill here. Okay, so here I have some choices. I'm going to kill that. That's my choice. And then when I deploy, well, they'll have to kill themselves to draw. But when I deploy, if they haven't, I can use his ability to kill off the Pershing with mine, because I'll have dealt damage, taken damage, and survived. Okay. Draw, not a bad draw there. Tyrannus is coming out next turn, so a Sentinel might not be the worst thing. We'll deploy, we'll swing, we'll pass. Okay. Oh, the power is a really nice pickup as well because it protects us from just Dryden coming out on his own. Or if he decides to play another big unit, we can get rid of that. So I do like that draw. And we could put this on the fifth brother, giving it some more health. Really starting to swing for, what is it swinging for now? 5, 8. Okay. Oh, here comes the Vader. Nice card for them. Going to give them another unit. And let's see what they decide to hit. Client. Okay. Oh, and they take out the fifth brother. Unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to play this, reduce that, so we can kill it off. And we'll ping, we'll do this so that we can ping the shield. We do need to get rid of this Dryden. It is going to be a problem. So actually, the Anakin attack kills the Dryden if Jabba is still alive. So let's see if we can get that attack in, because what happens is Anakin attacks, takes 5 back and survives, so it can deal out 5 damage. So we can use it to either kill off the client or finish off the Dryden. Let's see what they do and what options become available to us. I think I'll have to go back and watch the resourcing. I feel like each turn I've left a resource or two, so when thinking about the deck construction, I think there are going to be opportunities to fill in the curve. I think we talked about it earlier, so I'm going to have to definitely check that out more. It has been kind of fun to play. I think that Anakin game was rough. I think other ones have felt okay. After we got past all the Piet decks that they try to put us in, we got some fun matchups. The longer this game goes on, the more it favors them, so I really need a strategy soon to try and finish this off. I think Snoke's a horrible card for us. So we will throw this on, because that is going to power us up. And it'll allow us to attack with Anakin and kill both Dryden and Snoke, which is a great trade-off because we'll do 1 ping to each and we'll take damage. So in this case, I think we attack the Dryden because then we only take 5 back. So let's do that. Let's attack here, deal 1 to each, and then kill that off. So huge play for us, and you can see that's the value of Jabba right there. We were just able to trade an Anakin attack for killing a 5/7 and a 6/6 unit, and our unit gets to live here. And now they're probably wondering what to do. Okay, so we will play our Talzin. Totally gonna let us. Game's acting a little weird right now. We'll play the Talzin. We'll shrink. And then we'll get a free kill there. And if they super laser blast, awesome for them. We did not do a lot of damage to base, but if they don't, we have a lot going on for us. We have some control with power, we have some immediate damage with Lucas Raider, and we have 14 damage here, which would take them up to 21, putting them 1 turn from lethal. So let's see how this plays out. This will probably be our last game with this deck today. I think we're seeing a lot of interesting things with it. some games that didn't go great, some draws that were a little odd. We still have to figure out why is this better than other red decks. I'm not sure it is. That's probably true, but um, it's still fun to test it out and see. I think what we just saw with the Anakin is its real power, so how do we duplicate that and take advantage of it more often? Will be a question. Sudden Ferocity with Jabba is super good. I think we've seen it do a lot of damage outside of the Padme deck where we got real greedy. So now we're going to represent lethal, and we'll see if they have the Super Laser Blast, and if not, I think we'll have the game. And if they do, I think the game is going to take a long time. But we do have 4 immediate damage, so if we can get one of these in, if we can get them 6 more on base between Raider and Daring Raid, we can finish them off. So it'll be a matter of if we can get that done or not. Hope you're enjoying this video. I really appreciate everyone checking out the channel, hanging out with us. We're starting to gain momentum. We're starting to mix in some of our live play from our weeklies. And I know some of the other members of the syndicate are starting to test around recording on their own, so we could see some other decks coming in, different flavors, different styles. I think it'd be a really fun way to kind of interact with the group. And that's going to be GG's. I think we just overpowered them there. Let's take a look at the deck again. So we didn't really see much from Punishing One and War Juggernaut, so you could probably take those out. Maybe put an Avenger or Super Laser Blast to have that top end where we ran into trouble. And then in this mid-range here, I think we could use another 2-drop. I think that could be very powerful as well. So just some thoughts on the deck. Kind of fun. I think we went, 50-50, maybe a little bit above that on wins. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave comments. We appreciate you as always. Have a great day.